Hey guys, me out to you guys. Today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about Barcelona 3, Girona 1. This is preseason. This is the second match of preseason. And like I said before, guys, we shouldn't be overly too critical of the performance today. That said, though, there are some good signs and some bad signs. And once again, a huge issue for us is that defensive line. Although today I do think defensively we're much better than what we did against, who was it again? I believe it was the last preseason game. I believe it was against Gymnastic. I remember. Yeah, that's right. I think defensively we're a lot better today. Still, we couldn't keep a clean sheet. And this is very worrying. The fact that we can't keep a clean sheet against a second division team and a third division team. So how on the earth are we going to keep a clean sheet against a first division team, right? So, like I said before, we were handicapped. Obviously, we had Neto in goal, which is obviously hinders our chance of keeping a clean sheet. Even still, I think it's fair to say you would still expect us to keep a clean sheet. So let's go ahead. I'm going to break down this match review into 4 sections. We'll be discussing the player, overall, every single player on what I thought they did. Were they good? Were they bad? Or were they okay? Then we'll give you guys my first half review, second half review, and then give you guys my overall thoughts and what we how we can build upon this. Okay, so let's go and look at the lineups. All right, so we rolled out in a 4-2-3-1, which once again today I thought for the most part it was pretty decent. Neto for me on the day was okay. You know, he wasn't at fault for the goal we conceded today at all. I feel like for the most part he was decent. He did everything he could. He made some saves. He did a big clearance. I remember one clearance. He just pushed the ball out of the way. Nothing too shocking from him today. I think for the most part, he did all right. Okay. Moving on to Sergio Roberto, who in my opinion was pretty effective. You know, he was the one that provided assist for the third goal we scored today. And for the most part, I thought he was okay. You know, not really good, not really bad. Just all right, I guess. Ronald Araujo, in my opinion, was very good today. He was amazing. The defensive pace he's got, this guy's pace is just unbelievable. And one of the things I've noticed with our defense in general is that we don't have that pace. We don't have a guy that can speed around that has that pace. We don't have an Alphonso Davies kind of guy. We don't have like a Kylian Mbappe kind of pace right here. And I feel like Ronald Araujo is kind of exemplifies both. And in some cases, I feel like he's kind of like Van Dijk. And, you know, I know it's a kind of a weird comparison to make. Obviously, we know Van Dijk is better, but still, I mean, I feel like this guy is kind of like similar to Van Dijk in that kind of way. Moving on to Gerard Piqué. Gerard Piqué, in my opinion, didn't really do much once again. I know there was that goal we conceded. I felt like that goal was so against the run of play because we didn't really expect they would score from that kind of initial mistake. So I felt like Gerard Piqué for me was just okay once again. Jordi Alba, in my opinion, once again, I thought he was decent. You know, not too bad, not too good either. Once again, he was incredibly influential in our build-up play, you know, and so forth. Sergio Busquets. I really hate to say this, and I really don't want to be harsh here, but I just don't think Sergio Busquets is really necessary in our team anymore. I think he's good for as a rotational squad player, you know, if we need someone off the bench. However, for me starting, I think he should not have started this game. Once again, Sergio Busquets' lack of pace is very evident. Although his thinking is very good, he is a very smart guy. Don't get me wrong. He's very good as a deep lane playmaker. He's a CDM, after all, defensive midfielder. We know what he's capable of doing. It's just, I feel like we already have someone else in position of that. We already have someone else in place of that. So I don't see any reason why we need Sergio Busquets. So in my opinion, I feel like Sergio Busquets was kind of obsolete, to be honest with you guys. Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong, in my opinion, had one of his kind of lesser games. I didn't think this game he was extremely that good. Of course, he was at fault for the goal we conceded because of the mistake he committed that led to the Girona capitalizing upon the mistake, and they squared it and so forth. So basically, de Jong was at fault for that goal. Other than that, I feel like de Jong just wasn't really influential. He wasn't as amazing, you know. And so, like I said before, guys, it is preseason after all, so we can't really criticize de Jong. And for the most part, de Jong hasn't been bad. He hasn't been bad. I guess today is one of those games that just wasn't really that good. You know, he's still a tremendous player. Don't get me wrong, and I think he is definitely for the future. Moving on to the forwards. I feel like the forwards were probably the best part about this team. Okay? Francisco Trincao. What a guy this has been. This guy has been incredible. The pace, the take-ons, the dribbling, everything about him has been extremely eye-catching. I just love this guy. He is so intelligent. Lob passes, the ability he has, the connection he has with Lionel Messi, it was just sublime, man. I love his influential. He was influential for the goal, the very first goal we scored. Amazing stuff from him. And like I said, I've been really impressed with Trincao, and I think this guy can easily stick a claim for him starting. And I think Trincao, for me, should start from now on for FC Barcelona. Lionel Messi, of course, Lionel Messi. He is the GOAT, in my opinion. One of the best players I've seen in my life, and it's just been absolutely mouth-watering. The performance he put out today, and a cam position. This is where I want Messi to be at, a cam position. Because I feel like Messi, for me, he thrives as a cam. He thrives as a cam. He was influential. He was my man of the match. He scored 2 of his own goals and well, he didn't technically provide the assist. He was influential for the first goal we scored. And like I said before, guys, Lionel Messi is just so good. And the reason why I prefer him so much as a cam as opposed to him on the right or as a striker, let's talk about why I don't really like Messi as a right winger, is because of the fact that we have seen at times that when Messi is right, he actually drifts more to the center and leaving that right side vacant. And we have seen at times when teams see that open amount of space, we saw how teams exploit that. One particular team in the Champions League, they've exploited that, and I don't really want to talk about too much about that. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And that we need to, and I feel like tactically it puts us in a bad position, whereas I feel like Messi in a cam position does the best. As a striker, I just don't think Messi is really I just feel like he's too old to play as a striker right now. I don't think he has that acceleration, that pace. You know, I don't think I don't really think he would do that. I mean, of course he would do well, but I don't think he would be at his best position. So that's why I prefer him as a cam. Okay. Felipe Coutinho. Felipe Coutinho was amazing. I thought Felipe Coutinho was amazing. His confidence is blooming. We're seeing the Coutinho we paid for. And I think Ronald Koeman has done a really good job unlocking Coutinho. Because for me, Coutinho has always been a player that's been a great player. And I just feel like under the coaching system, we never really had a position for him. We just hoped that he would slot in the left wing position. And it never really worked. I mean, they put in the midfields, and the CM position is kind of a waste. So we need to have Coutinho as an attacking-minded player. Because at the end of the day, Coutinho is a player that we can get the best of. We saw what he did for Liverpool and Inter Milan. He's been an incredible player. Now Griezmann. Griezmann. Oh boy. I love Griezmann. Don't get me wrong. He is such a tremendous player. Of course, he has won the World Cup. He's been influential at Atletico Madrid, so forth. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm starting to get more worried about Griezmann because I feel like Griezmann's not been the guy that we paid for. Because at the end of the day, when you're playing as a number 7 or as a number 9, your main duty should be scoring goals. That's your main duty, right? And I feel like Griezmann doesn't really score goals. You know, as his time in Barcelona, he's always been drifting on the left. And even when he's playing in his favorite position, he hasn't really adapted well, you know? Then again, he could come up well this season, but I'm getting very worried right now because, like I said before, guys, I really don't think we can have this kind of team in the Champions League. Because at the end of the day, a lot of good teams have a lot of great strikers and a lot of good wingers. Because for me, I think everything we're practically assured of. I think just we need to reinforce that defense and maybe bring in a striker, you know. And I'm not so sure if Griezmann's really the answer to that. I'm not really sure, okay, to be completely honest. I don't know if Griezmann's really the solution for us, really that true number 9 that we need, you know, like Luis Suarez. So, like I said, it's only preseason, so maybe he'll get better over time. Maybe he'll need more game time. Maybe he needs to improve his game. And I've seen at times that today that Griezmann, when he was in good situations, he doesn't even want to shoot. He always does an extra pass. Because I can guarantee right now, when he's at France or Atletico Madrid, he would always shoot. For some reason, when he comes to Barcelona, he never seems to have that courage to make that move, you know. So let's go into other players. Man, that took so much time, me giving all these. Okay, let's go quickly through. Nelson Semedo, in my opinion, I thought he was pretty decent. Carlos Lane, I thought he was decent. Ousmane Dembele, like I said, I feel like he was great. You know, despite the fact he didn't score, he did come close in certain occasions. Clement Lenglet, I thought he was okay. Martin Braithwaite, once again, okay. Junior Firpo, okay. Pedri, I feel like was decent. Ricky Puig was pretty good. And Conrad de la Fuente, I thought he was decent as well. Like I said, I kind of run through these last couple of players because they came on like the 60th minute, so they had like 30 minutes to play. This team played 60 minutes. Now let's go talk about the first half. All right. So in the first half, once again, we started out very predictably. We were very slow, and we didn't really have much movement. There was no speed. And it wasn't really up until we had our fullbacks that made the runs for us. Our fullbacks were basically the reason why we started to get things going. And as soon as we started to make some good runs, we did some good pressing, and it was a genius. And it was that pass from Lionel Messi to Francisco Trincao was sublime, because how the earth could you see that? Because he was like, I think he was like standing like sideways, and he could see Trincao already there, and the defense didn't even notice it. And Trincao just sees the pass, makes the pass. Trincao passes it to Coutinho, and it's easy tapping. And it's 1-0, and I'm like, geez, Messi, man. If he's not scoring goals, he's definitely assisting. And I know Messi will not get credit for that assist. Man, oh man, we got to give a lot of credit to Lionel Messi, because that was genius, man. And Griezmann was also involved in the play. Griezmann's the one that made the ball for Lionel Messi. And of course, Messi did the rest. So, okay. And like I said, we were pressing a lot more, and a great strike from Lionel Messi just outside the box with his weaker right foot, puts in the back of the net, and he just bounces the post in, and I was like, hits the cross, hits the post, and it goes inside. I'm like, wow, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is having a show. And it was 2-0 at halftime. And I was like, okay, a pretty good scoreline. Really, really good. We're in a strong lead. Can we build on this? Can we build on this and really improve? Okay? And to be fair, Girona had their chances. If Girona did have their chances, and like I said, if it wasn't for Ronald Araujo, who knows what they could have happened. His pace was excellent on the day. Although I will be honest with you guys, from that first half, I didn't really find it particularly that amazing. It wasn't really that exciting to watch, to be honest with you guys. So, yeah. Moving on to the second half. Okay. So the second half unfolded, and basically what happened was that we started with the same players once again, and a bad mistake from Frankie de Jong led to the Girona being switched on, and Samuel Saiz is the one that scored, And like I said, Messi quickly restored things after a few minutes. He once again restored for us, and once again, Sergio Roberto was there with the assist. I forgot to tell you, Coutinho did provide the assist for Messi's first goal. And once again, Messi does it again, and Messi shoots, and it deflects off Ramallah, and it goes in the back of the net to make it 3-1. Okay? So after that, in the 60th minute, Ronald Koeman decided to bring on all the youth players. And once again, Barca actually, and the second team once again proved how dangerous they were, how exciting they were, the speed they have, the energy, the creativity, And like I said, Girona were probably fortunate they didn't concede, because like I said, I feel like the second team did extremely well. They had to, Girona, I remember they had to like do a lot of defensive tackles, they had to do a lot of clearances, and they were really fortunate they probably didn't concede, right? And like I said before, guys, I feel like for me, I'm getting more and more vibes that the youth is the way for us to go. I don't think we should have all these. I feel like all the experienced players were starting to see their end of their declines. And once again, like I said, guys, the youth is showing what they're made of, And like I said before, guys, this season, the La Masia kids are really showing their true potential. And I think we're on for a real show here, The two substitutes the two people that did stay on for that full 90 minutes are Ronald Araujo and Neto. And like I said, guys, so overall, like I said, guys, I am very pleased with this performance. Once again, I feel like this performance was very good. It's just some defensive stuff we're gonna have to address. I feel like defensively, we're gonna need to be more. We need to be better defensively, because I feel like defensively, even though I feel like we improved a lot today, I still think we need to replace some of those defenders. I don't think PK can start for us every single game. I think Rujo and Longley should be our starters, maybe even Todibo. And so forth. So like I said before, guys, I think Ronald Araujo should definitely be a first-team player. And so I'm hoping that this performance can give us some picture of what we can expect on Saturday against the mighty Elche. So that is going to be the John Gamper Trophy. That's coming up this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me know what you guys think below the overall match. Like I said, I'm sure there are some things I did not cover. And so, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Peace out.